And we are live. So welcome everyone to today's live Q&A. And we are joined by Be Cool. We have Florian and Jimmy with us who are going to be
Hi, guys.
answering. Yeah, please introduce yourself, guys.
All right. So my name is Florian Mirali. I am the business development manager of Be Cool for the European market.
My name is Jimmy. I'm BigQuote support manager. I just support EU and also US markets.
Excellent. And I think, as usual with these videos, we'll jump straight into the content. And hello, Frank, John, dropshipping, Swaroop. Nice to see all of you here. We're going to go through some really important base questions. And then what we're going to do is jump into the chat here. So if you have any questions, anything you want to ask related to this, please drop those in the chat box and we'll get straight to those. But to start out, Florian, Jimmy, I think the first question is really, what is Be Cool? If you could give us an overview, how it started, and what exactly it is.
Yes, definitely. So let me just share my screen with you. You should be able to see right now my screen. All right. Yeah. So Be Cool is a software company founded on the idea of helping Amazon sellers to easily scale their businesses and become top sellers thanks to a lot of different user-friendly solutions. So about Be Cool, our company was one of the first who understood the need of the Amazon sellers. So because Be Cool was actually created by an Amazon sellers and for Amazon sellers. We launched our first tool in 2011. So it's without saying that we have a lot of experience. We were one of the first one on the market. And throughout all these years, we have accumulated billions of data that helped us improving our tools and become a world leader Amazon third-party software company. And also Be Cool is a global company. So it means that we are active in more than 50 countries around the world. But we have 9 marketplaces in total. And already we have helped more than 100,000 Amazon sellers to scale up their businesses. So beside when you need to use a third-party tool, I think one of the main criteria and something I want to talk about, it's the safety. It's like, are you data safe with Be Cool? And the answer would be yes, of course. We are part of the Amazon Development Council. So it's a very selective group that Amazon choose who get in, and Be Cool is part of it, which means that we are audited by Amazon regularly on monthly basis, and we fully comply with the Amazon regulation. So also we are a member of the ASPN, so it's the Amazon Solution Partner Network. This ensures that the highest data security standards. So I'm talking about this because I think this is really important to start with. Be Cool is safe. We are like an Amazon partner. It's safe. All the data are safe, and we even encrypt your data and store them safely using the Amazon servers. So overall, that's very important. And maybe I will start. I would just add one more thing. It's the reputation on the market for Be Cool, because I think most of you guys maybe didn't heard about Be Cool until today. So I want to point out that we have a very international reputation. We are well known and trusted in North America, well known and trusted in Asia and different marketplaces. So like I said, 100,000 sellers already use Be Cool. And you can check on Trustpilot. We have a proven track record of 4.8 on Trustpilot, and with hundreds of reviews. So definitely this gives a good view on how serious is Be Cool.
Yeah. And Florian, what is the primary goal that Be Cool help sellers achieve?
Okay, so at BCore we have two different tools. One, Amazon Repricer, and one, it's all-in-one marketing and sales tools. So the Big Central, to start with, Big Central is the name given to all-in-one marketing sales service solution, and it's designed to help the Amazon sellers reach their goal. Big Central is extremely powerful. Like, you can do a lot of things with it. You can do so many things. For instance, you can manage your reviews. You can manage your feedbacks. You can also create an automate email campaign. You can even like do product research, keyword research. You can track your products as well. You can do a lot of things. And maybe we can have a really quick peek at the software that I'm just gonna share. We're not gonna into detail. I'll just show you the interface. Maybe I think it can be useful.
Okay.
Okay. You should be able to see my screen right now. Okay.
Not just yet.
Not just yet. So just let me know when you are able to see it.
Okay.
All right. Right now I'm on Big Central. I don't know if you are able to see it.
I do not see it just yet. There we go. It's pulling up.
Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So here we are on the interface. As you can see, we built a clear and intuitive interface, very easy to use. So we are on the profit dashboard. So here you can have a quick look at your account health and performances. So no need to dig into heavy Excel sheet anymore to find out which product is the most profitable one or the one that makes you lose money. Everything is right here. Then we have email campaign here. So this is so useful for sellers in order to set up an email campaign. So you can create your own email campaign, use templates, schedule time and everything. Then here you get the research tool. Research tool is all about product research, keyword research, everything I talked about before. And here,
Florian,
yes.
If I could jump in there on the emails, is this like an Amazon follow-up email, or is this a email that you like a marketing email campaign you would send out to like an email list you've built of your customers?
It can be both, actually. So you can use the default Amazon email, which means then you don't have any risk to have your account suspended because this will be the Amazon email, but you can also create your own email. So you can use the Amazon template or create your own email. So it's very useful in order to receive more positive reviews on your product page and then increase your sales. And also here we have the ticket, which is actually a buyer-seller messaging tool, and it enables you to centralize all the buyer-seller communication. And finally, we have an auto-reply tools. So in order to make sure your clients always receive a reply from you, like anytime, 24/7, weekends and holidays included. So that's for Big Central. Like I said, a very powerful, easy, and also affordable tools, perfect for private label sellers. Then the other tools, and I think which is the object of this talk today, is the Repricer. So the Repricer, I think first we should define what's a Repricer, because maybe some of you guys don't know what's a Repricer. So again, just share my screen right here. A Repricer is simply a tool that sellers use to change prices on their behalf. So it's fully automatic. In order to force Repricer to work, then the seller must set a mean price, like you can see on my screen now, a mean price and a max price. actually, this min and max price will be used as safeguards in order to never lose money. The price then of your product will change between these two limits. And the price will change according to these two limits, according to one thing is the rules. You will set up rules. So, for example, you can decide to reprice against FBA or FBM only. Or you can also exclude Amazon if you don't want to compete against Amazon. Also, you can, by setting up rules, what you can do, it's you can decide how much the repricer should reprice. For example, if you just want to reprice 1 penny under in order to win the buy box, you can set it up like this. But you can really set up all the rules you want. It's up to you. But at BeCool, we did something different. We provide the most powerful and the most intelligent repricer on the market. So this is the AI repricer. So our repricer has been upgraded with a built-in AI. This is actually a huge breakthrough in this industry. For some of the viewers that might not know what's an AI, so it's actually an intelligent, artificial intelligence. And it will always analyze the market by itself to help you always reprice your listing with the optimal price. So it's very, very useful for you. And with with the BeCool AI repricer, actually what you can do is you can have, it's mainly 3 benefits. The first one is increase your sales volume. Second one, increase your profit. And the third one, kind of related to the 1 and 2, it's that you win more buy boxes. Because when it's turned on, the AI will learn and predict the price of the buy box by analyzing the market. But I think we can go in more detail later.
Yes, for sure. And that's just our intro to BeCool. So thank you guys for that. And as you'll see, I'm going to pose some questions to Florian and Jimmy on, what is the buy box? When do people lose the buy box? And that's when pricing is going to become important, because that's a huge factor in whether or not you win the buy box. So we will be jumping straight into that. Florian, in case some viewers do leave early for whatever reason, I thought it important you mention your giveaway that you wanted to give to the audience. And thank you for that. If you just want to mention, what exactly that is, and then I'll go through how they can enter.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is to thanks you to welcome us and let us present BeCool to your community. So we're gonna offer one giveaway to one of the viewers, and this giveaway, it's quite amazing. It's actually a 1 annual subscription to BeCool. So, and the plan for this, it's a $1,200 plan. So we're gonna give away 1 full year subscription to BeCool, and then you will be able to use our repricer for 1 year for free. The value of that is $1,200. So one of you guys will have it. I don't know, Dan, how you want to make this win. I don't know. It depends on you.
Really simple. If you do want to enter, just make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Instagram. Handle is in the description below. And then just comment BeCool in the comments below. So it's BQOOL. Comment BeCool after you've done that in the comments. And then Florian, what do you say? In a week from today, we'll pick a winner at random and announce that on the channel.
That sounds good for me, Dan. That sounds very good. Let's do that. Hopefully a lot of people will sign up and we have the chance. The lucky one will be, we have a big change on his business, I think. Amazon account, definitely.
For sure. And then let's jump into some of the more kind of seller-oriented questions just in general about this. But Florian, Jimmy, what is the buy box on Amazon? If you could give a quick, brief overview of what is the buy box.
Yes, definitely. So I think that's very important, and I'm gonna try to explain that very clearly without going into much detail. So what we're gonna do, again, let me just share my screen. I'm gonna explain that as the easiest way as possible. So the buy box, the Amazon buy box is actually is a section on the right side of the Amazon product page where the customer can add a product to the cart or just click on the button, buy now. So this is the buy box. You can see on my screen now, that's the buy box. Winning the buy box is very important for all sellers. Most customers, they buy product directly using the Amazon buy box. So, maybe I think around 90% of the Amazon sales are through the buy box. So it's also why there are a lot of competition out there. Everyone wants to be in this buy box. And, also right nowadays, mobile shopping become more and more popular. So the importance of the buy box is only gonna increase. So the thing is how to get in a buy box. That's the question. And the Amazon use its own algorithm that control whose product will show up in a buy box. So you have to play with the Amazon rules. So I guess then you understand that's the best way to get a buy box is to please the Amazon algorithm. The issue is that no one knows the algorithm. It's a secret. And actually Amazon changed the algorithm very often. But we do have some variable that we know what they call that I can share with you. So as you can see on my screen right now, these are some of the most important things to check in order to get the buy box. All this variable will determine whether or not you get the buy box. You can see there are many things you have to check if you're a seller. It's not easy to be Amazon sellers. But let's check. I'm gonna give you some tips. Not all the variables I just show you are the same impact of whether or not you will win the buy box. So as you can see on my screen now, there are three main criteria that Amazon will consider, which is the fulfillment type, your shipping time, and of course, your price. The price is the more crucial one to win the buy box because here's the twist. Having a good price doesn't necessarily means having the cheapest price. It's not because you have the cheapest price that you will have the buy box. It doesn't work that way. You must find the optimal price to increase the chance to get the buy box. And BigCore will definitely be your best ally for this, thanks to our AI repricer. So what you can do, it's I wanted to add something. Oh yeah, I wanted to add about the eligibility. You have to be eligible to get the buy box, because otherwise everything you do will be kind of useless if you cannot be eligible to the buy box. So make sure that you are a professional seller. What does it mean? Basically means pay a monthly subscription. As soon as you pay a monthly subscription, you are professional. Time on the marketplace, which means you have to be selling at least for, it's 2 to 6 months. So it's a bit vague, I think. A good seller performance metric. Your item must be new as well. And if I forgot one, I think it's the item. Oh yeah, item must be available in stocks. If you're not in stock, you won't get a buy box. So you have to be eligible for the buy box, and then everything I was talking about, you have to be careful of all these variables. Is that clear?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
and
great.
I think I also want to talk to this, is that a lot of the audience are private label sellers. Now, if you're a private label seller with your own listing, in the beginning, of course, you're the only seller on that listing and you're likely to have the buy box. So then that, 2 to 6 months Florian's mentioning here is less of a thing. With wholesale, arbitrage, reselling, those things is where this is even more important. But just because you are the only seller on the listing does not mean you can't lose the buy box. You can actually still lose the buy box. It's something that's happened to me, and it can be a really big problem. The way I see it, based on what Florian has said here and my experience, is Amazon will actually remove the buy box when they feel like you're overcharging customers, or like there's a better deal to be had elsewhere or by another seller. So that's like the critical thing. And just a side note for private label sellers, this is why I say if you're raising your price, let's say after launching, do that incrementally. And at each level, make sure you make a lot of sales, because that tells that algorithm this price is not too high. You're not overcharging customers, and it keeps the buy box as you go. Whereas if you like just raise the price $10, and let's say your PPC campaigns just ran out and you don't make sales for like 12 hours, that tells the algorithm maybe you are overcharging. And that brings me to my next question, Florian and Jimmy, which is, in your experience with this, when does a seller lose the buy box? And even more importantly, what are the problems that causes when I don't have the buy box?
Okay, so I think there are many reasons that you might lose the buy box, and we actually list down a lot already. And what you just said, I think it's great. It's pretty much what I was about to say. Definitely, the price is very important. And there is one point you mentioned, and I would like to highlight this point, is if your price is not competitive enough for Amazon, then they will consider that you don't deserve to have the buy box, which means like for similar products, identical products that someone else sell on other marketplaces other than Amazon, Amazon will know that they don't want to have a product more expensive on their marketplace. So they will punish you by not giving you the buy box. So that's why finding the right price is very important. Then the other reason could be, like I mentioned, your inventory is not high enough. Your inventory have been hijacked too. Then you will lose a buy box maybe. Your inventory is not profitable for Amazon. So I think that's pretty much, I mean, you get a lot, but that's the main reason why you might lose a buy box. And the consequences, I would say that, you get one main consequence is if you don't have a buy box, you're not going to do a lot of sales. You don't make sales, you don't make profit, you don't make money. So definitely having the buy box is the key.
And Florian, this is something I want to check with you, and I'm not sure if it's still the case. But when I lost the buy box, I couldn't run PPC ads. You had to have the buy box to be eligible to run ads. Do you know if that's still the case?
I'm not completely sure about this. I don't know. Jimmy, do you have any insight about this one? We cannot hear you.
You are muted.
I think that's the case so far. We haven't received any update on that issue.
Okay.
So that's a huge issue, because sometimes what happens is, let's say you raise the price too much, you lose the buy box. Now you have a problem because to get that buy box back, you want to be making sales, but now your item, let's say you're not ranking very well, you can't even advertise it to push sales, even at a lower price. Lower price and sales would probably equal buy box, but you can't even run the ads. So it's something you definitely want to be, yes. So it is something that you're going to want to keep. And I saw Black Trooper Black says, I thought you needed the buy box to run PPC. 100%. So that still is the case.
Still
So
the case.
for private label sellers, that's like losing the ability to do PPC. That is like one of the worst things that can happen. I want to mention something here that Florian said. He said, if Amazon sees that your item could be sold at a better deal off of Amazon, you could also lose the buy box. And this is why another very important strategy for sellers is, number one, if you sell your product on your own website or anything, make sure that price is always higher than Amazon. Even if slightly, it must be higher. Your lowest possible price is on Amazon always. And the second thing is fill in a manufacturer suggested retail price, an MSRP, on your listing on Seller Central, and make sure that's also much higher than your price. I often put it like $10 higher than my actual sell price, because again, that is showing Amazon this is a good deal, and decreases your chance of losing the buy box by overcharging. So really good points there. And then Florian, lately on Seller Central, we have this cool metric which shows us a buy box win percentage. And a lot of sellers see erratic drops in this. I even see it on mine. Sometimes it will just like randomly go down. But can you talk about what causes that? What does it mean, that buy box win percentage? And when would that be something to worry about for both arbitrages and private labelers?
So you mean it's higher increase recently, right? Only recently.
So it's, when you win every buy box, your buy box win percentage as a private label is 100.
Actually, I know what you mean. I'm glad you asked this question. Actually, we have noticed a non-negligible buy box win percentage drop recently for many sellers across all marketplaces. So I would say that this is due to Amazon and its algorithm. As we explained earlier, the Amazon algorithm is changing regularly, and sometimes it can become more challenging to get the buy box and win the buy box. So this is because also selling on Amazon is getting harder and more competitive. There are constantly more products and more competitors on Amazon, and many sellers are using third-party tools as well. So the difference will comes out which tool is the best for you to use. And this is why I'm saying, and I'm explaining that actually the Repricer buy box, the Repricer Big Core, is one of the best performing one on the market right now. Moreover, with our AI, this is the key to overcome this kind of issues, because like I said, we have some feedbacks from customers that shows a drop in their buy box win, but we realized that the one that are using our AI suffer much less from this than the one that are using normal rule-based repricer. So definitely the AI could be the solution for you in order to overcome this issue.
Florian, can I possibly weigh in on this?
Of course.
So recently we do notice there's a such a result change in the Amazon algorithm that will definitely impact their ranking when the buyer try to search certain item on Amazon. It will impact their sellers listing ranking. So yeah, definitely. But then again, with our AI repricer, you are able to maintain the buy box ownership, even though Amazon changed the algorithm. But then again, if you are still the buy box owner, when the algorithm get adjusted back, you'll still be the one that people will see first and purchase your items from. That's it. But according to the recent feedback from the market, I think that issue has been resolved. But just suddenly you will see your sales performance drop a little bit. And just to comment on your buy box suppress issue, Dan, several things that you will lose your buy box. Of course, if your Amazon detect that the very same item selling on any other platform like Walmart or just Target or any other e-commerce platform, Amazon will suppress your buy box, will take your buy box away, and you can use BigQuery AI to identify what's the lowest price on other platform. With our repricer, we will tell you this is the price that's on any other platform that Amazon tells us about. Then make sure maybe you want to adjust your price to be lower than that. Amazon will definitely gives you the buy box back. And of course, the last things for the private label, that will be listing hijackers. You can use our AI repricer to constantly 24/7 to safeguard your buy box. Once a hijacker appear under your AdSense, our AI will be triggered and will just start competing with that seller to keep you in the buy box. And since you're private label, and ultimately your cost will be much more competitive than the listing hijacker's cost, so we're able to age out that listing hijacker.
Okay, and then you've mentioned too a AI repricer and then the rule-based repricer. And I know we've covered a bit on each, but could you just explain briefly the difference between those two, AI and rule-based?
Florian, do you want, or depends on you?
Please, you reply next one. Okay, so
I'm muting you guys, so don't worry, it's not your fault.
Okay, then okay, that's a great question, because like you said, we've been talking about the rule-based repricer and AI repricer, and for some of the sellers, that some of them, they don't even know what's a rule-based repricer and AI repricer. So let's let's check this out. Let me share my screen one more time. Okay. All right, you should be seeing my screen right now.
All good.
Okay, cool. So a rule-based repricer gives the seller full control to change prices. So it requires a seller to manually set up rules based on different scenarios. You also have to list the factors and tell the repricer how you want to price against competitors. So the pro, I would say that it's good because it allows you to have full control of your price change. So that's very, very nice for sellers that know very well the market and they want to go in their listing almost like one by one. Definitely, that's a perfect solution for them. But the setup process is time consuming and it can be complicated for new sellers mostly. And the market is always changing. So you will need to monitor the market condition to update the rules. And it would take times to analyze the market trends. So a rule-based repricer is not able to work in real time. So because of this, you might miss some opportunities. On the other hand, the AI repricer is a much more intelligent tool that set up the best possible price for you, actually, in all market conditions. So it will analyze the market. It will analyze the market trends to determine the price by analyzing a lot of metrics. I think, Jimmy, you can explain the metrics a bit later on. But the BigQuery AI algorithm is actually is using a machine learning, so it can predict the price trends. So the more you reprice over time, the better the price prediction will be, because it will learn from the market. So the advantage of it, you get many. The setup, it's very simple. As the name explains it, it's an AI. So the AI will set up the rules. You won't have to do that manually anymore. You will save a tremendous amount of time. Then you get machine learning. So because of the machine learning algorithm, you will reduce the human interaction, and it will accelerate the buy box win rate and boost your percentage of win of the buy box. And about the default I mean, the disadvantage of the AI, to be honest, you don't have a lot. But if I'm honest, I mean, the most honest as possible, I will say that sellers have less control of price change because the AI will do it. So this can be seen in a negative way for those who prefer to have a full control of most of their listings. So yeah, I mean, I think it can explain clearly what's the difference between rule-based and AI.
For sure. And then a lot of this is where I can see people get confused, is a lot of this is based or targeted towards resellers. So could you explain, other than resellers, let's say private labelers, how can private labelers benefit from BCool specifically? And that might even be, I've heard a lot of private labelers want to build capital in the beginning by doing wholesale first, and then they begin private label. So that, of course, would be a great opportunity here because you've got lots of sellers on those listings and you want to win the buy box. But are there other use cases where a private label seller is going to benefit a lot from BCool?
Okay, so that's a great question, and I think Jimmy might be able to reply this one better than me. But what I'm just gonna add something else to the previous answer I gave you about the AI. So I explained the difference between the rule-based and the AI, but I would like to just spend 2 minutes on explaining actually how does the AI works, because we keep saying how good is the AI, but I would like to explain how the AI works. And Jimmy, perhaps you could quickly explain how does the AI works according to the AI model. What about I share my screen and you explain that?
That's lovely to hear.
Okay.
All right. So we can all see the screen right now. Probably just quickly compare the AI and also the rule-based repricer. For the rule-based, there are lots of different scenarios that you have to consider. Like if I'm doing FBA, what if the targeted competitor is FBA? What should I react? Should I price above or should I price below? So it's in a rule-based repricer, you have to take into a lot of scenario to be considered. And then you need to create your own responses. But for the AI will factor everything in, as we can see on the left-hand side of the PowerPoint. Every time that Amazon gives us a new report, within a report, you can see different metrics for different factors to determine whether you can win the buy box or not. That would include the fulfillment type, your handling time, your pricing, and also, more importantly, let me say, buy box, some metrics, feedback count, or possibly rating. So with this, the AI can help to determine what will be the ideal price given this competition scenario, that where we should go. And then more importantly, the AI can right in the middle, the AI will assess the data and then we will make price prediction. Meaning, what if right now, currently the buy box winner is FBA and where the buyer metrics is much more higher than you do, probably by 2,000, and you're selling with 1,000 feedback count. And with that, the AI will determine how much should I drop to get the buy box. The goal here, pretty simple. We make price prediction to get a buy box, but the AI will never decide to go to your mean price directly. The AI will configure the right price, judging by the price report Amazon provided to us, create the right price, and then to get the buy box. And then again, the AI is designed to raise your buy box price as well. The AI will determine if I targeting this buy box, targeting this seller right here, how much higher can I go? And then I will just stay at the highest price that would be possible. So the most interesting and also the powerful feature that we have over here is called competitor profiling. Meaning the AI can track and store for history of the seller list price, so we can analyze all your targeted sellers' repricing patterns. We'll try to learn if I target that seller, what will be the ideal price for me just by one-time repricing attempt. What will be the ideal price for me to get a buy box? Right after I got a buy box, and then we will track what will be the highest price I can go to still own a buy box and at a maximum profit. So pretty much AI, we help you to get a buy box, and then we try to maximize your profit later.
Okay, and then with AI. So with private label, another thing, and I saw a question on this in the chat box, is let's say I have a hijacker jump on my listing. How can Be Cool help me compete with and perhaps even long term or hopefully short term remove that hijacker?
Definitely. So once the hijacker appear under your AdSense, Amazon will give us a report. Within that report, it will showcase this seller is appearing with that offer. And then the AI will be triggered to start targeting, to start creating a profile of that listing of that hijacker. And then we are able to keep the buy box because the AI will continuously 24/7 targeting that seller. And then the AI will try to maintain the buy box ownership. That's the first goal the AI will do. And then, of course, the AI will try to see whether you have the window to raise your prices while owning the buy box. And then we can move on to Amazon has a project called Project Zero. You can use Be Cool Repricer to keep the buy box. And then, of course, you need to use Project Zero to remove the hijacker.
For sure. And then another use case here, a potential use case for private label sellers is we will very often start at a lower price in the beginning, drive sales, and then we build the price up over time. But as we just went through, price hikes can result in loss of the buy box. So what are your thoughts on Be Cool helping private label in that instance, in retaining the buy box as we increase the price?
Currently, with our repricer, we do need a competitor to show us so we can start competing. But in the near future, we plan to create the sales velocity feature where you can set up a target sales, and then we can help you to incrementally reprice upwards to meet the target sales. And also, always the first goal will be keep the buy box. So the AI will help to determine what will be the ideal price for us to keep increasing while keeping the buy box, even though there's no competitor available. That's already on our roadmap. We will roll out in the near future.
Okay, and then because I know you guys are very much targeted at wholesale reselling arbitrage because you got all that competition, and that's where it's likely like the most important is retaining and driving buy box wins. But what I've noticed is this is becoming more important even for private label sellers, even if they're the only ones on the listing. So I'm really pleased to hear you're going to be working on solutions there. But let's say I'm the only private label seller on a listing. Firstly, can I lose the buy box even though I'm the only seller there? And secondly, this might be something again you build in future, but can Be Cool help me get it back if I did lose it?
Currently, with our repricer, if you lose the buy box, it could be we're able to inform you. You lose the buy box, probably you lose your selling privileges, like you fail to meet some kind of operation performance metrics, like your order defect rate just surpass the given target, and Amazon will take away your selling privileges. That will cause you to lose the buy box, will just become a non-featured seller. Or could be also you're selling too high, got delisted due to high pricing error, and Amazon will just suppress the buy box for you. So far, for our AI, I think the way that we can contribute to the private label community will be you can use our AI to safeguard your buy box while there's a listing hijacker available or around. And of course, in the future, it's already on a roadmap. We are developing the functionality where we can help you increase your profit incrementally while keeping your buy box. So like what you just said right there, Dan, we try to maintain your profit and also keep your buy box ownership at the same time.
So let's say I raise the price and I lose the buy box. So I know I've lost it mainly because of price. Is it smart enough to know what price I need to drop to get it back? Can it like work that out?
Yes, I do understand what you're saying. Currently, with our model, right now it's called competitor-based model, right? We need to see a targeted seller so we can react. But our AI has already built in to know if I lose the buy box, if there's a competitor right there, if I lose the buy box, I already know what will be the ideal price. to get the buybacks back, because we would just continuously store all the data, all the historical history data for reference. So the AI would know if I lose that buybacks at this high point, and I would just go back to my original point to start incrementally repricing again. And then the AI will avoid to going back to the same price point to avoid to being delisted or lose the buybacks.
Okay, perfect. I think these are good questions because I know you guys are building this side of things as well. And no one has developed those types of tools yet on the private label side. But I can see that you guys are doing an excellent job on, the wholesale retail side, and when competitors or hijackers jump on those private label listings. And then just to remind everyone in the chat as well, Florian and Jimmy will be giving away an annual membership to, it is Big Central, the one you're giving away. Florian? You are muted. Go ahead.
Oh, it's the repricer. It's Repricing Central.
Repricing Central, sorry. All the Central. So they're giving away one annual membership, which is valued, I think you said, at $1,200. So if you guys want to enter, we'll be choosing a winner in 1 week's time. Just make sure you sub to this channel. Follow us over on Instagram. The handle's in the description. And then comment "Be Cool" in the description, like you probably have seen in the live chat here. But then you can enter, and we'll choose one in a week and announce it on the channel as well. And thank you guys very much for that. Lastly, Florian, I want to pass over to you. Are there any last points you want to touch on specifically with Be Cool, where you're headed, advice for sellers, or anything you think that we've missed today?
Well, I think we covered a lot of things today. Of course, we cannot go in too much detail because we want the viewers to have the full picture of Be Cool. I would like to mention and jump in on what you just talked about, you and Jimmy, before. Be Cool is, like we said, it's a global company. We have about 100 people working at Be Cool. We have a really great team of engineers, and we are always updating our software according to the market needs. We are listening to our users. This is why I was mentioning at the beginning of our talk, we have a score at 4.8 on Trustpilot. People are happy using Be Cool. One of the reasons is because we listen to them. We know what's their needs. And even like I said before, our CEO is a seller himself. We know the needs of the Amazon sellers, and we always update our software to meet their needs. So we have a lot of things coming for the following months. For next year, we have plenty of things. And I would like to emphasize too, because we emphasized a lot on Repricing Central today, which is great. This tool is so powerful. It can help a lot of people. But I would like to also emphasize on Big Central. Big Central is I think the most complete tools you can find on the market. With our solution, you can literally start from searching your products to the financial analysis of your account. I think no other tools on the market can do the same. I mean, so many tools together into one tool. So again, we saw before already. We check on the interface what you can do with Big Central, and it can help because I know some of you guys are private label sellers, so you might need to take a look at our tools too. If you want to have a look, if you want to try it out, just to let you know, Big Central, for example, is available from $10 per month. $10. So it's really, really a good deal. Trust me. Of course, then we get other pricing plan, but you have a 14 days free trial. So you just don't hesitate if you want to try it out, and you don't even need a credit card. You need nothing. Just go on a website, apply for a trial, download the software, and there you go. And as for Repricing Central, because we didn't really talk about pricing, so we offer different tiers as well. and you can access our software. I mean, you can use a repricer, a BigCore repricer for starting at $25 per month. So for $25, you won't have access to AI. For that, you will have to upgrade to $50 per month. But knowing the money you will make using this tool, it's worth it, more than worth it. Again, you have 2 weeks free trial, no credit card, no conditions, nothing. Just download software, connect it to your seller account, and try it out. So I think, Dan, you will put the link on the description of the video to get access to BigCore. So anyone interested just need to click on that link, and then you might get some good deals because actually more than the annual subscription we're gonna offer to one of the viewers, I would like also to point out that we're gonna, like I just mentioned, we got 2 weeks free trial, but we're gonna give you more. We're gonna give you 1 month free trial. What about that? So anyone who use Dan's link to try BigCore, instead of 2 weeks, they will get 1 month free trial. And if you like it, you try it, it's great, you want to use it, what about going for annual? Then we can give you 15% if you go for annual with BigCore. So this after using it for 1 month. So it's kind of perfect scenario, right? You try it free of charge, you try it for 1 month, you like it, you can go for annual, we give you a discount for that, 15%, exclusive, of course, if you come from Dan. So Dan, how does it sound to you? Sounds good?
It sounds perfect. Thank you. And then if they follow this link, Florian, I have dropped it below, can they go to both the tools you mentioned, Repricer Central and Big Central?
Okay, so the one I give you is the one I will give you. It's for Repricing Central, but that's fine. I'm gonna send you another link. And you know what? Anyway, anyone interested and watching this video and would like to try, just let us know you come from Dan. So if you can use the link, because Dan just shared a link on the description, it will be easier for us to know that you come from Dan. If you don't have this link, or anyway you forgot to do it, just let us know, and then we will treat you like a king and give you everything according to what I just said.
So I think, like, just to sum this up, if you're reselling arbitrage wholesale, Repricer Central is probably the most important, sometimes important for private label sellers in unique instances, probably going to be more relevant in the future for private label. And then Big Central, really important for private label sellers, and both are offered. So you can use that link below and just let them know you came from the channel, and you'll get those deals. Thank you guys for those.
You're welcome. Can I just add one more thing? Sure. Sorry, but I think it's very important to mention that the support you can get from a software company is very important. When choosing a software to manage your account, the support is crucial. So this is an important question, and when evaluating using a new software, this is one of the most important questions actually. So BigCore customer get you have a lot of supports, and actually Jimmy maybe can talk about that better than me, since he's the customer success manager. So his job is actually to make people happy, right? BigCore customer happy. So anyone who have an issue, he will be contacting Jimmy, and Jimmy will talk to him or her in order to help them set up the account. And Jimmy is one of the reasons we have such a score at 4.8 on Trustpilot. Trust me, this guy knows what he's talking about, and will help you anytime. Maybe Jimmy, you want to add something about that? And you are muted.
So yes, you just reveal my true identity. I'm a customer success manager. I also lead an international team helping all the Amazon sellers to achieve their operational goal. And within the software, you are able to reach our support agents. They are able to help you 24/7. We just get back to you if it's offline time. So we understand when you're using a repricer, you get nervous. People get anxious because when they see price drop to a certain point they are not comfortable with. Let us know. Contact us. We'll help you out right away. All right.
Awesome. And I think let's jump into the questions. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting, but a few good ones here. Raquette, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, asks, how does being the brand owner, so this would likely be, brand registered, how does that impact the chance of becoming the buy box winner? So what have you guys seen on this side of things? Because obviously brand registry gives you a lot more control over that listing. And what have you seen in terms of buy box wins there?
Well, the input I can put is, what I can say is, if you register your brand, that will be definitely a good way to avoid getting hijacked. So that's one of the most important thing you have to do when you have your own brand. You have to register your brand in order to avoid being hijacked. Then, Jimmy, do you want to add anything about this? We can still.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not muted. So yes, if you are brand registered, it's highly unlikely you can get hijacked. It's less likely.
For sure. So it's just going to give you much more control. You'll be less likely to lose that buy box. And let's see, Sean asks, what if you're doing a bundle gift or bundle gift style boxes in a niche market and your boxing is different and the products inside are different? They can't take the buy box away, correct? So go ahead, Jimmy.
Okay, great. I happen to know this answer. So when you bundle different products together, I know, I just somehow know. I'm a support manager, what can you say? When you bundle different things together, you create your own asset. And of course, for the listing hijacker, it's hard for them to actually find the same item that you sell because it's a bundle. So it's highly unlikely you would get hijacked. You would just get a buy box probably all the time because it's a combination that you created yourself. And for other hijackers, they need to have the same combination that you created for the bundle to hijack you.
Okay, and then Sean also asks, this is only relevant if, say, you're selling, say, a squat belt and the same color and size, but a different brand logo. How can they take the buy box away if your logo's on the product? So I think a key here, Sean, is that even if you have, you can be the only private label seller on a listing with your brand, and your brand could even be brand registered, and you're the only seller there, and you can still lose the buy box because it's algorithm driven. It's happened to me. So it seems like impossible. Like, okay, now there's no offer for sale there, but it is for sale, just not through the buy box. So if people wanted to buy your item, they're going to go click, see all other buying options or see all sellers and then purchase your product, which most people don't even know how to do. So it's not really linked to your brand name and logo in a sense, or whether it's, you put that on the product or it's brand registered. It's all algorithm driven, as Florian went through on, price, FBA, professional account, good metrics comes first. But good question there. And let's see. All right. Some good comments here. So I think this is important too, because we do cover quite a few tools. People know all these different tools, but how is BeCool different to the most well-known tools, your Jungle Scouts, Helium 10s, etc.? How, what's your unique value proposition? I think particularly we spoke about Repricer Central, which is obviously very different to these. But even with Big Central, what's your unique value proposition?
All right, Jimmy, you want to jump on this one?
Oh, okay. So, of course, Jungle Scout, they provide a keyword tracker, some kind of keyword generator to give you a reference when you need to create your own key PPC keyword data. Because we does provide the same as well. We have the product research section where we can help you to assess your own product performance. And we can also give you some insights when it comes to keyword selection, where you need to have good ideas to generate keywords. But then again, different software, since we don't know how they acquire their data or what their algorithm looks like, but different software has their own algorithm to provide the ideal metrics to you or for you. So you can just do a comparison by yourself. You can just try different software to see how relevant the data they provided to you, including product performance or product details, or even keywords generator, all the keywords data each software generate to you. And of course, be cool compared to then our pricing are the most affordable, I would say, in the market. So yeah, for all the sellers, you can go try it out. Primarily for Jungle Scout, they have product research feature. But compared to then, at Be Cool, we also have the buyer seller messaging platform where you can use Big Central to reply to your customer's inquiry. You can also use Be Cool to track reviews, send out feedback request email or review request email. So compared to Jungle Scout and Hidden 10, they are more like product research driven. They are more like keyword research driven. But value proposition wise, if you use Big Central, you get to use much more free features included in a one subscription.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would just complete that by the fact is, because I understand when you're a seller, Amazon seller, you have a very wide choice of tools that you can use. So then it comes down to first trying the tools. Like Jimmy said, you have to try and see if that tool fits your needs. And then BCore is much more complete. We have both Repricer and all-in-one marketing and sales tools. So you can use both of the tools with the same company. And since our company, like I showed you before, have a very good support, have a very good rank on some review website as well. So it just proved that we are a very serious company. We are part of the Amazon Development Council. We are a part of the Amazon network partner. And so and we are on the market for almost 10 years now compared to others. So not just Jungle Scout or Hamilton, even others, you have to really check a lot of things before to choose the tools you want. Some of them don't even give you 2 weeks free trial. They just ask you to pay right away. And some of them even claim to have the AI, for example, whereas they don't. Some software company, even in UK, claim to have AI and promote this, but they actually don't have a real and true AI. I can even, after the talk, send you a link that you can share to your viewers on how to define if the AI from other companies is real or not. So, and we are more affordable. You actually can get more for less money. And so definitely worth it to try.
For sure, I agree. Worth trying while the free trial's live. And this I've seen come up in the chat a little bit. I think it is important. Christina says, from my experience, my friends who are also selling the same product as me, when they have an FC transfer, which is a fulfillment center transfer, so your goods are being moved around from warehouse to warehouse and therefore aren't available for sale, their buy box usually rotates to me or other sellers. So that's another thing that Florian mentioned in the beginning on the factors that influence your buy box wins is availability of stock. So that's what the buy box is doing. It's finding the best option for the customer, usually based on deal, so lower price, but also availability and speed, which is why FBA usually beats FBM. But thank you guys for all the information. I think this was really, really good. And then in the description, guys, of this live, you will see a link to Be Cool already there. So not in the live chats, in the description of the video, And as soon as we close up, it'll also be there if it's not showing for some reason. But you can check it there. Just check in the description below. And Rafa says, I mean, be cool and keep selling. So, guys, any last things that you would add just to close up? Any advice or, anything you want to add to this before we close up?
Okay, so for me, I'd like to first, I hope you guys enjoy this video and learning more about BCore. So you can let us know in comments with even with your question if we didn't reply your questions. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook group. So that could be great. You will have a lot of tips and you can learn much more about Amazon business. And thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan, for this opportunity. I really, really liked to share about BCore with your amazing community. You are well known in this industry, Amazon industry. So be able to talk to your community, introduce BCore. Some of you guys didn't know BCore, didn't heard about BCore, is because we were really focused on the North American market and the Asian market. And right now, from 2021, we are pushing on the European market. So you will hear a lot more about BCore. So you guys will be one of the first one who can benefit from some good deals. So take this chance.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Florian. Thank you, Jimmy, as well, especially explaining the more technical parts of AI there. And thank you to everyone in the chat. Thank you guys for joining and your comments and questions. Remember, they're giving away a full annual membership, $1,200 worth. Just make sure you sub to this channel. You are following us on Instagram, and then comment "Be Cool" in the comments here. We'll pick a winner in a week's time, and we will announce that on the channel as well. Again, awesome. Links to Be Cool are also in the description below. So you can check that out just below this live if you want to get the discounts, which are for everyone. But thank you guys for joining. Hope everyone's keeping well, and we will catch you in the next video.